Good morning. Thank you, Jesus, for the day. It's a Saturday. Let's get into the video. I've kind of been doing a bunch of stuff here for this morning and early afternoon. There are a bunch of doors I'll show you here. They're for a refacing job, and it's just new doors that are soft close. Drawer boxes, drawer fronts, the color or the frames of the cabinets we're not touching. We're just building new mission style doors with a beat board, recessed panel, and then spraying those to match everything in their kitchen. Same color. It's gonna be like a custom color. And then we're installing them. I'm gonna drill their existing handles, take off their existing handles and put them and drill them and install them back on the new doors. So let me show you those doors really quick here. That's what they look like right there. Beat board, recessed panel, mission door, 90 degree. It pretty much matches exactly what they have now. Their doors were just beat up and not soft closed, so they wanted us to make new ones. A little bit of trim down there that we have to do as well. So I've been doing that this morning, taking care of a bunch of other things. And now, finally, it's time to start working on that white oak kitchen remodel. Let's go over here and show you what myself and Brandon and Jacob did for pretty much Thursday and Friday, a little bit Wednesday too, or definitely Wednesday. We built all of our 3/4 inch face frames, got them all stained, clear coated, sent through the oven. All of the trim is sitting over there by the rack. Exact same material, white oak, custom made crown, screen molding, shoe molding, fillers, all of the trim we need for this whole project. Toe kick, everything is the white oak, same material as the face frame, same stain, same clear coat. Same clear coat and staining process. That way it matches perfectly to the face frames and the doors. And then CNC cut out all of the cabinet shells, SHELLS, the shells. Put them all together with glue, screws, dadoed, and then we dadoed out the face frames, glue, screw, all dadoed in together, just like that. So these are super sturdy. These are 1/2 inch material. That's what the customer wanted for the customer's budget. We also can do 3/4 inch thick if that's what you want for your budget. A lot of clients don't want to just spend the money on the 3/4, so they go with 1/2 inch. Perfectly fine. And then we also got all the skin side panels. Again, same material, white oak, 1/4 inch, grains vertical, matches the doors and everything. I need to put all of those on. Those cabinets are done, checked off, everything. We need to install the drawer boxes still and clean those out, make sure they're perfect. Tremendously thick shelves right here, 3/4 inch thick, won't bow, won't warp over time. Those are done and checked off the list. What I need to do here today, for the rest of the day, this is the blind corner, face frame will go here. Another cabinet butts into this cabinet right here, so that's the blind corner part. I need to pack that all out so material doesn't just fall through, or supplies or whatnot that the client has. I hate that, so we always pack it out. Need to put that face frame on. And then over here, that's our upper corner cabinet face frame, my least favorite, but I need to get that on, as well as the Lazy Susan face frame. But I need to build the corner cabinet and then make the 3 shelves for that. And then Lazy Susan cabinet, need to build this. Try to get those face frames on. I don't know if we'll get to that today or not, but otherwise we'll be doing that Sunday. Ooh, one more thing I can show you. We also built drawer boxes, dovetailed. We build everything here in-house. So dovetailed drawer boxes, those can be ready. There's also 3 more drawer boxes. So blind corner is going to have a toe kick box where you walk up to it, hit it with your toe, pops out of the toe kick. And then there's 2 more drawer boxes that are going to be, I don't even know how to describe them. There's a cabinet going right along here as well that faces me. And it butts up to the back of this cabinet. And the client wanted pull-out boxes. Because this is the blind part of the cabinet, it's kind of useless because it happens to be a drawer stack. So I need to cut out a hole in the back of this cabinet, and then need to build pull-out boxes for that. There's a whole bunch of stuff I gotta do and figure out and build. So I'm gonna start doing that. Step number 1, I'm gonna put on our face frame. It's white oak, 3/4 inch thick. It's in the dado. And it's glued down. So now I'm just going to screw it into position here. And then we'll start, oh my goodness, this thing's so big. We'll start building out the other side. Because this is our blind corner cabinet. Again, I don't want anything to fall out. you go to a big box store, it's not going to be covered up. It's just going to be left open over there. But not here. I can't stand when it's just left open. I also can't stand when screws can't stay on bits either. There we go. Get all this screwed off here. And I'll get our top nice and screwed off. This cabinet is humongous. It'll also provide support and rigidity. Make sure everything's squared up by doing that. So that helps us, obviously. And then it also, by packing all of that out, helps us when we go to install it, because I'll pack the inside out and then I'll put another 3/4 inch piece that'll come flush with this face frame. So we're able to simply butt the other part of the blind corner right up here. It'll seat in perfectly. We don't have to do like any rigmarole when we go to install these cabinets. So it's definitely beneficial to the client. It's also beneficial to us. Some people call that a win-win. Okay, let's get this right here. These boards right here, some people think they provide support for the counter. They definitely do not. I mean, they might provide a little support, but that's not why they're there. They're there to help square the whole cabinet up. A lot of cabinets just have those little plastic pieces. They don't do as good of a job at squaring up the cabinet. That's why we don't like using them. There is one cabinet that we use them on, and that is the sink cabinet, because then the countertop people don't have to cut anything out. So we didn't do that on this job though, because the cabinet is, or the sink cabinet is bigger than a typical sink cabinet. Typical sink cabinet's like 36 wide. This sink cabinet I think is like a 40. And I don't know, they would have been fine, I think, but I wanted them in because it's such a wide cabinet. I wanted to make sure the cabinet was square when we go to install it. In worst case, once the cabinet's installed, that sink cabinet, we can always take them out, or for the countertop company, or we do full kitchen remodels, so we know the countertop people. There are countertop people, essentially. It's not our business by any means. But the guys that do it, they understand. They get why we put them in on the really big sink cabinets. I know it's kind of stinks for them to have to cut them out, but they understand. They're family-owned business. They do amazing work, so they're fine with it. It's not just some random countertop company coming in for the first time or whatever. We do, I don't even know how many jobs. 50 jobs, 60 jobs with them a year. I don't even know. So they're used to it, but I would say probably 8 out of 10 times we use the little white plastic pieces just to help them out. If it's a 36-inch white cabinet, that's what we do, but sometimes that's just not the case. So we just have to figure something else out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure for my interior 3/4 inch piece. And what I'll do is I'll screw it in through the top, the side, and the bottom, and then I'll connect it to the face frame from the back side. So that way that piece is in there. So then I have a piece on the back that I can put another 3/4 inch piece that'll plane out evenly with this face frame, and I can just simply nail that piece to it. You'll never see it. You'll always be hidden. Really, we technically don't need that second piece there. It just makes our life so much easier. So this next cabinet that butts up into it like this, it can just butt up into that 3/4 inch piece and line up with this face frame, and everything works out. And we can screw it from this side into that piece, and it's just really there for install. So the first piece is there for the client so nothing falls out. Second piece is there for us, just ease of install. Really, that's all it is. That's all it is. I'm going to try to go 26. 26 by 28, and I'm going to go 9. 28 and 9. 26 by 28 and 9. I know we have a piece over here just begging to be cut. Can I go 24? I'm going to see. I'm going to go back and look. I think I can go 24. On my phone and say you need. I'm going to go 24 so I can get both pieces out of this. It really, quite honestly, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what it is. But I'm going to do that. Could also just cut strips. I've done that before. Maybe that's what I'll do. No, I don't like that as much. I don't like that as much. Let's see. Let's see if there's enough meat to get in here. Go 24. Oh yeah, there is. And I can get a screw right in there. That's what I'm going to do, I think. Let me think about that. I don't love that actually though. Because when I go to attach this face frame, I really want to go like 25 is going to be too much. I'm going to go 26, and what I'll do is I'm going to cut just a strip on the outside, just for ease of install. The strips on the outside really mean nothing to us. They're just there for ease of install, and they can just be stripped. Quite honestly, that would work out super well. So that's what I'm going to do. 24 by 28 and 9. So let's go 26. That'll be plenty. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go 28 and 9. 28 and 9/16. Okay. See what we got. And what I'll do is I'll temporarily tack it with some brads. Oh, Tyler, not correct. Let's go this way. I'll temporarily tack it in with some brad nails, if I can get this in. There we go. And then I'll come through and screw it. Screw it all in. Sometimes these can be an ultra pain in the butt to do, quite honestly, but it's worth it. That means it's nicer for our clients. So that's what I'm gonna do. The bottom's really nice. The top's just out a little bit. Can go like this a little bit. It's definitely gonna want to fight me. You already know that. There we go. It's not even a Tuesday. You guys know how I feel about Tuesdays. They're the true struggle bus day. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Okay. So there's how that piece will work. Let's see what I got. I got 1 1/4 in here. I already checked. Come through here. Love that. And we'll just work it on up. Make sure the reveal's looking pretty, which it is. Okay. Now, see what we can do here if we can't. Trying to square this whole cabinet up when it's 60 inches wide can be a struggle bus, but we'll get her. There we go. Love how that looks. What I might honestly do, I've done this before. If I just put 1,000,000 brad nails, it will be perfect. Really do. I'm gonna screw it to the face frame. Let's look inside of here. Make sure everything looks good. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna screw it right here. into the face frame, but the brads will hold this plenty fine. As long as I put 1,000,000 and I have the depth set correctly, which I do. Oh yeah, those feel good. Now I need to do it to the bottom. Let's see if I can do it to the bottom here. This stuff makes these cabinets so heavy by adding just this bit of 3/4. There we go, baby. All feels really good inside. Nothing popped through. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put screws in here, boop, and attach to the face frame. Now what I'll do is I'll take our power planer. I'll get rid of this little extended piece. That's for our dado. We don't need it in this case, obviously. And then I shall put on, I'm just going to do a strip here and a strip here, and that's just for installation, so that'll work out well. Got my notch cut flat so I can put my strips. I need to measure for those, but disaster happened when I was just trying to move the cabinet, so it's always lovely. Lovely, lovely. So 30.5 tall for the strips by, really doesn't matter, quite honestly. It just don't matter, quite honestly. I love just to be able to use this, man. I hate wasting material. Might be what I do. Why don't I just do that? I just can't stand wasting material, you know. Trying to think about that a little bit. So 26. If we go like 4 wide, should be plenty. 4, 8, 12. Go a little bit wider, I'd say. And these are 26. I need to add up to 30.5. So we'll cut 2 pieces at 4.5, which then in theory should add up to what we need them to be. In theory, of course. Cap. Now let's see what we got. Let us see. Get my battery back on. And my multi-tool. 3/4 and 3/4. Each wheel is 1.5 inches. I'm using 1.25 brads. So, should be fine. That's perfectly flush down below. I always hate how you have to turn the brad nailer on. I mean, I get why you have to, but it's always a pain. And I already know I'm going to need more brads, so let's grab them before I'm trying to put on a new piece. That's always when you run out of brad nails, right when you need to definitely nail something. Let's grab them, load them up, shoot that thing on, then double check it all. Then I'll measure for the toe kick box. Okay. That's at least on there for right now. Kind of a not great cut, but it'll be fine. It really doesn't matter. It just hurts my ego more than anything. Thought they had me in a deep sleep. What do we got down here? That's fine. Let's go like that. Make sure we're lined up perfectly. Okay, let's see if I need to trim these down or not. Any? No, that lines up freaking perfectly. Okay. I do like that. And then I'll go back through and brad nail the whole field off really well. over here. A little bit tall. Just a little bit tall. I'm gonna shave this one down. Not much. Just a hair, like not even a 30-second. That was really nothing. We'll see about that now. See if we can't make this happen now. Yep, that was perfect. Okay. Okay. And essentially the next face frame will come right here. Right into that plywood. That's why I'm putting so many nails, because when we go to screw it off, I've not put that many nails before, and then you go to screw it and it kind of pops the plywood up a little bit. Then you got to put it back down, and you just got to mess with things. I don't want to mess with anything on the site if I don't have to. Love that for us. Alright, now, I gotta lift this thing down. This thing right here, it might kill me. I don't know. Oh my goodness, it's a big boy. It's a big boy right there. Lines up nice. Little 1/4 inch stick out. Okay, let's try to find this client's sheet. Should be hanging up right over here. That way I can double check all the measurements and go from there. I also need this client's drawer box information, because I could have figured out the height of the toe kick, but I really wanted to wait until this cabinet was built, just so I couldn't be wrong. Well, you can still be wrong if you mismeasure, but at least I can see it and measure it with this guy right here. We've done the toe kick boxes one other time. They're really cool. They're a lot of money though, because the slides are a lot of money for them. So I always kind of tell clients, like, try to be real with clients. Honestly, I hate upselling. And sometimes with the toe kick boxes, well, not sometimes, but in this case, I made the toe kick a little taller than what we normally do. I normally hate doing that because your boxes get smaller here, but what I learned last time is, it was our first time, so you don't know, and they worked really great. Toe kick boxes are so small, and I'm just upfront with clients, hey, like, they're a lot of money and you don't get that much additional space, but if the client doesn't care and they want them, 100% we'll do them. I just want to be upfront with them. 24 inches deep, 24 inches deep. Perfect. 35 inches tall, 35 inches tall, 35, 24. So the total is 60. Yep. And I hung it 1/8 of an inch short on this side for a reason. It's such a big cabinet, I didn't want to be off on my measurements. So instead of 60, we are 59 7/8, which is fine, really. 59 7/8, which is perfect. 59 7/8, which is fine. This is the part right here that matters. 36. And that is 36. Tight to tight. 36, and that is 36. Okay, and the right is 4.5. 4.5. Okay. That guy's done. Quarter. 3 fronts, 3 boxes, no shelves because toe kick, and then I gotta figure out the pull-out boxes. But all right. Once I measure for this toe kick, this cabinet right here is fully complete. But that's how we do our blind corners. We have our outside parts. When this cabinet butts up into it, screw into it, and then we have this other inside part. So that way the client's stuff cannot fall out and get trapped between the two cabinets. Some crazy things going on. Not really crazy, but kind of crazy. I need to build out for our toe kick boxes. Since the toe kick slides, they don't come rear mounted like our normal drawer slides. They're side mount. So I need to build out a place for those drawer boxes. And I'm going to make them, one thing I do not want is for our toe kick box to kind of get into the blind corner area. So I could have made this drawer box wider, but I'm not, because I don't want it to get into a situation where things start hitting or being dumb and not working, and then it's just a mess, quite honestly. So I have a backboard cut here, and then I used a 2x6, which is 5.5, which equals my total height of my toe kick. And then I'm going to hopefully be able to nail this right through there. I'm gonna have to screw it. 1.5's not gonna go through this, or the 1.25. It's 1 3/8 or 1 3/16. Even if I deep diver it, I don't know if it's gonna do what I want it to do. Oh, it did. No, it definitely did. Okay. Good work, Milwaukee. Okay. Oh, that's super solid. Good. So my drawer box is, my rough opening is 30, which 29 5/8 works. Which will actually be the same size drawer box here. The only difference is you don't have to take into account this 1.5. So technically it's slid over 1.5. It's not centered with the other drawer boxes. Won't matter. There's no handle going on here. It's a toe kick. And the way we did it last time, which worked super slick, the toe kick for that cabinet, there's going to be a little seam, just a little seam, that you can't ever see with this dark stain. And then we'll cut this toe kick and we'll either screw it from the inside or we'll brad nail it and putty it with color match putty. And then this toe kick will be independent of the other toe kicks on the side. But it's super nice way to do it. I was kind of researching how a lot of other people did it the first time, because I'm like, do we put a slab drawer front on it, or do you I don't know. I was worried that the toe kick, it's only 1/4 inch, is going to be too flimsy, and I was worried about a lot of things. But I came to figure out, a lot of people said, because a lot of people I think had the same assumption I did. They're like, oh, the 1/4 inch might be too flimsy. So they did the slab drawer front, and then it kind of looked terrible because 3/4 inch, and it kind of jogs back and up, because then the rest of your toe kick is 1/4, and it kind of looked dumb. So they ended up just doing 1/4 inch. That's what they recommended. So that's what I did, and client was super happy about it. It looked super good. It looked super, super good. It really wasn't flimsy because we glued it onto the drawer box, the front of it, and I think we brad nailed theirs. And it worked phenomenal, man. So that's what we're gonna do again. Could also screw it, but it's only 1/4 inch thick material. I don't love that. And as you know, brad nails hold like freaking phenomenal, especially with that glue on it. I didn't clear coat the front of the drawer box because I knew we were gonna glue it. So, and then we have like 30 different putties over there on the racking, and with all the different colors, and you can find one that matches really well. And if you can't, you can mix 2 of them a little bit and get it really good. So that's what we do, try to do our best to, if there's any reason we have to use a brad nailer, I want the stuff filled, like on the shoe or the toe kick. A lot of people don't fill it, and you don't really have to, quite honestly, with the stain, but I like doing it. I think it's, I don't know, I go back and forth, right? Because some people are like, oh, you know, the wood kind of fades out and then it doesn't match later. But what I do to try to fix that solution is I get the putty maybe 95% out of 100 to get a color match, which you can't tell otherwise. And then what I'll do is I'll dip the rag in a little bit of stain, and I'll go back over the putty with the stain, so that way it's stained to match as well. So the putty matches and the stain matches, and I think with those 2 things, it'll last a really long time, perfectly color matched, and everything will work out well. It's always my intention. Try to get everything to work out perfect for the client and for us, obviously, too, you know. Not that we always do. Definitely not perfect, but try to make it as good as possible for the client that we can. I'm going to secure this back piece here with a lot of brads. And that thing is not going anywhere. I mean, that thing's in there. Put a few more just to make sure. But and then what we'll do is we will glue, or not glue, I'm sorry. There we go. Oh yeah, that thing locked in there, baby. When it's time for the toe kick slide, we'll just screw the slide here, screw the slide here, and then this little bit that'll be exposed will have an actual toe kick. This piece of toe kick will be independent from that piece and this piece. And they'll just be like a, 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch seam on each side. And it'll be connected to the box. Push the toe box in and out with your toe. Super nice. They're expensive. Not gonna lie, they're expensive. And in this client's case, she's going to get a 3-inch tall drawer box. Which, if I'm being honest, on a lot of existing cabinets, I see drawer boxes, the top drawer box being 3 inches tall to like 3.5 inches tall. So they're getting their money's worth, at least here. The last kitchen we did, I didn't think about it because we'd never done it before, and they got a 2.5 inch tall drawer box, and they loved it. They loved it so much. But I was always like, okay, the next time I do this, I'm gonna make our toe kick a little bit taller, just add an extra 1/2 inch. So, because essentially what I do, it's really just a 4.5 inch tall drawer box, or toe kick, sorry, excuse me. So the slide, you have to subtract 1 inch off. So that would give me a 3.5 inch tall drawer box, but. And I did this last time too, and it worked out super well. I took an extra 1/2 inch off because floors are never, ever, ever perfectly flat. We're not dealing with new construction. We're dealing with homes that have been there for 10, 15, 20, sometimes 80 years, right? And things move. Just how life is. So I leave an extra 1/2 inch so I'm able to put the drawer box up a 1/2 inch in case there's a little hump in the floor, and then there's no issues. If I made it tight, which last time I did not make it tight, I left that extra 1/2 inch, and I'm so grateful I did because their floor was tile, and their floor kind of humped up about 1/4 inch. So if I had made it super tight, I would have been in trouble, but I didn't. So last time though, I made the toe kick box 4 inches, so that I could have made the box 3 inches, but I subtract the extra 1/2 inch. So that was 2 inches, but this time it's a 3 inch. And our top boxes, I always make them 5 inch rough opening minus 1 inch for the slides. You get a 4 inch tall top drawer box. That way anything and everything can fit in there well. So in theory, this should be done. I mean, it's a big boy. It's not gonna lie. But blind corner's done. I'm gonna see what time it is. I'm gonna clean up that disaster. Then I think maybe the last things I might do today, once I clean up my area, I may put together this corner cabinet, which is my least favorite, and then I'll put together this Lazy Susan, which is my second least favorite. I don't know if I'll get to that or not, but I'm going to start working on them. So that way tomorrow I can come through and I can put this guy on. I can figure out this, put this on, cut the 3 shelves for that cabinet, and then start installing the skin side panels. Once the side panels are installed, I'll measure or double check my measurements for all of the doors. There's one more cabinet I have to build. It was just messed up, so I may even try to attempt that. So it's finished corner, upper, finished Lazy Susan. Let's cut the 3 shelves for the corner, finish that. Get the skins on. Build cabinet number 17. Measure for doors. Install drawer boxes. What else? Clean all of the cabinets, wipe them because they get dusty, blow them out. And then what else? I think that's pretty much it, man. Then we have to build the doors, obviously, but so I don't think I'll get everything ready or completed this weekend. But I might. So hopefully for sure Monday I can get everything completed, so maybe everything can get installed Tuesday. Let me take this helmet off here. But I think, quite honestly, well, you know what, I'm not going to end the video because I may, look at that, a helmet cam lift up. That hurts. Screw it, I'm not going to end the video, you know. That is terrible, oh my goodness. I think I'm going to just clean up and start building the corner cabinet. Started trying to put together this corner cabinet and realized the other side was miscut by the CNC. So not only is one of the cabinets incorrect, there's a missing piece. So I think I'm giving up for the day. It's like 4:30. I'm going to go home. It's Saturday. I can leave early today. That means tomorrow I'll get the Lazy Susans built for this white oak kitchen remodel. The single Lazy Susan, I'll build that piece for that corner cabinet. Get the shelves done, get those 2 cabinets fully completed. And then I may attempt, I can build it easy enough, but I could just build that other cabinet. It's not that big, so I might just build that, get the face frame on, get all the cabinets built, all the face frames on, completed, and then maybe measure for doors. What else do we got to do? Oh, there's a million things. And then maybe put the side panels on. So we'll see how far we get tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, our website, Cabinet RX, and we'll see you tomorrow. Adios.